Good evening, millennials. Today, we'll be looking at the 150-second problem of the LeetCode website, maximum product subarray. This question is often asked in various interviews, including Amazon and Google, as far as I know. So, it's a medium problem. Let's read the question. Given an integer array nums, find a contiguous, non-empty subarray within the array that has the largest product and return the product. The test case is generated so that the answer will fit in a 32-bit integer. So we don't need a long integer. We can just store it in an integer. A subarray is a contiguous subsequence of the array. This we already know. So the subarray should be continuous. So let's look at the example. Nums is 2, 3, minus 2 and 4. Remember, there can be negative numbers as well. So the maximum product is 2 and 3, which is 6, and we need to return this maximum product. So let's look at example 2. The maximum product from this example which we can get is minus 2 into 0 or minus 1 into 0 or minus 2 into 0 into 1, which is 0. So the result cannot be 2 because minus 2 and minus 1 is not a subarray. It should be a contiguous subarray. So let's look at the constraints. So we need the nums.length is between 2 into 10 power 4. So we need an order of n algorithm or an order of n log n algorithm, and the nums of I is between 10 and minus 10. The product of any prefix or suffix of nums is guaranteed to fit in a 32-bit integer. This is given to ensure that we don't need a long integer. So the approach I would be following for this problem is to find the maximum product achievable up till any point of the array, so that we can do it in order of n. So the maximum product achievable here is 2, and the maximum product achievable here is 2 into 3, 6, and the maximum product achievable here till minus 2 is 2 into 3, 6. We don't update it, and the maximum product achievable here is still 2 into 3, 6, and we have to include this element. So we need 4 pointers: the current maximum, the current minimum, and the previous maximum and the previous minimum, because at each iteration we need to include all the elements before it. So if there was like minus 4 and then another 2, we need to include all the 4 elements, as the product will be positive. So we need 4 elements and the answer. So let answer is equal to let's declare 4 variables and the answer. So let me have it as previous min product. So why I'm calculating the previous minimum product up till that point is because we can have a very large negative number and say like minus 6, and when it's multiplied by minus 2, it will be greater than 6 multiplied by minus 2. So if we have a previous minimum until that point and then we get a negative number, that will become the current maximum product. So we have, let me declare 4 variables: previous minimum product, previous maximum product. Let me name it shortly. Current max prod, prev max prod. Okay. So initially all of these values would be equal to nums of 0. So we can right away write it as answer equal to prev. Let me just copy this and paste it, which is much easier. Previous min prod equal to previous maximum product equal to current maximum product equal to previous max. Sorry, the last one should be current min product. Initially, let us put it as nums of 0, which is the first element. So let me just resize the screen so that it's much more clearer. Then I iterate through the array, excluding the first element because we have already calculated it. So for int I equal to 1, I less than nums dot size plus I. So I just iterate through the array, and then the current maximum product up till this point would be the maximum of 3 elements, which can be the nums of I, the current element, if the product of the previous elements, previous max product. Let me just write it down and explain. previous max prod into nums of I, or previous min product into nums of I. So it can either be nums of I when the previous max product and the previous min product are both positive and nums of I is negative. So in this case it will be a more negative number, so nums of I will be the greatest. Or it can be previous max product into nums of I when previous max product is a negative number and nums of I is again a negative number, but previous min product of I is a positive number. So positive into negative will become negative, but this will be a greater positive number. Similarly, for previous min product can be negative and nums of I can be negative, but previous max product can be positive. So positive into negative will be negative, but this will be the larger positive number of these three. Similarly, we need to find the current minimum prod, which will be should be equal to, so it's again the same 3, but we take the minimum of these. Now what is asking the question is, find the largest product, find the subarray which has the largest product and return the product. So for every iteration we need to find the maximum product up till that point. So that will be the maximum of answer comma the current max product, which we have calculated in the previous step. And at last we need to return this answer. But remember, it's a contiguous subarray and it's not a subsequence, so we cannot skip any element. So at every iteration we need to replace the previous min product with the current min product, which is the minimum product got up till that point, and we need to replace the previous max product with the current max product. I think this algorithm should work. Let's go through it quickly to identify any errors if we have. So we have 4 variables. We have 5 variables: answer, previous min product, previous max product, current max product, and current min product. So I equate everything to the first element of the array, which is nums of 0. So answer equal to previous min product equal to previous max product equal to current max product equal to current min product equal to nums of 0. So I iterate the remaining elements of the array starting from element 1, and here we can see the nums length is always 1, so we don't need to check for the 0 condition. Nums.i I equal to 1, I less than nums.i is plus I. Then the current max product will be the maximum of 3 elements, which is nums of I, previous max product into nums of I, or previous min product into nums of I. Similarly, the current min product will be minimum of nums of I, previous max product into nums of I, or previous min product into nums of I, depending on the positive or negative. So answer will be the maximum of answer and current max product. We need to find the maximum product of all the iterations, and since it's a subarray, we need to include that element as well. So we replace previous min product with the current min product and previous max product with the current max product. Then we return the answer. So let me just run the code. Yeah, this case passes. Let's check if all case passes. Yeah, it passes all cases. I think that is the shortest and most readable solution you can find. If you can come up with a more shorter or more readable solution, please comment down below and we will update it so that all of us can learn as a community. Thank you.